might get hit by a truck between now and August.
Just if everyone could be a little extra loud today on the microphones, that would be great. Can you hear that? Okay.
I can hear that.
Good afternoon. This is the Barnstable Licensing Authority's Monday, July 24, 2023 meeting. Just as a public notice, this meeting is being recorded and broadcast on Channel 18 in accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20. The chair must inquire whether anyone is taping this meeting and to make their presence known if they are. Seeing none. With me at today's my name is David Nunheimer. I'm the vice chair of this authority. With me today is John Flores and Nancy Carlson Lidman. Also with us is David Anthony, the director of asset management, the consumer affairs officer Chris Kelsey, and Erin Logan, our licensing assistant. With that, with respect to the minutes of the last meeting, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are accepted. First matter is an amendment to an all-alcohol club license by the Hyannis Yacht Club, Inc., DBA Hyannis Yacht Club, 490 Ocean Street, Hyannis, for two amendments. One for the amend the directors and officers and change the manager from Robert Signorello to Emily Mazzetti. Anybody for? And you are?
Good afternoon. We had applied for this change earlier, and it came back from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission because I didn't realize that our officers had to be updated annually. So I did the prerequisite updating of officers and then again applied for the change in the liquor license from Mr. Signorello to myself.
Anybody have any questions?
Not a one.
Anyone from the public wish to speak to this? Seeing none. Somebody want to make a motion?
On the application, which has been filed by Hyannis Yacht Club, Inc., DBA Hyannis Yacht Club, 490 Ocean Street, Hyannis, for two amendments. One, amend directors and officers per Schedule 6 of the application on file. And two, change of manager from Robert Signorello to Emily Mazzetti. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you very
think.
much.
Thanks, everyone.
Next application is an application by No No Pizza, DBA No No Pizza, 640 Main Street, Hyannis, to change the hours of operation from daily 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm sorry, from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. to Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. and Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Mr. Lawler.
Good afternoon, David Lawler on behalf of the client No No Pizza. First, I'd like to thank Officer Kelsey. I called him on the phone. There was some confusion. My clients thought that they could serve pizza after they could serve alcohol, thinking they kind of like in the morning you can serve food before you start serving, but obviously the confusion would be far too great. So we've asked to extend the hours. They have asked for these hours. They don't anticipate using them that often, but there are certain weekends in the summer that and they can have the flexibility. Sometimes they may close a little early or whatever, but certainly by the dates. The owners of this restaurant and the owners of the Brazilian Grill have a tremendous amount of experience with beer and wine and alcohol licenses, though this was a minor hiccup from their recently approved license. Again, I'd like to thank Officer Kelsey for, he called me on his day off, and he did.
He has no days off.
And appreciate it. I can get into great detail, but we were just before this board fairly recently with all the qualifications of the restaurant. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Anyone from the public that would like to speak to this application? Seeing none.
An application has been filed by Nono Pizza, Inc., DBA Nono Pizza, 640 Main Street, Hyannis, to change the hours of operation from daily 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. to Monday through Saturday 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. and Sunday 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. I make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Sarah.
Next
Chair-
application has, I'm sorry?
Surprise. If I may, can we just ask for public comment for the entire meeting?
Before the meeting?
I don't think we asked for public comment unrelated to the applications on the agenda. I could be mistaken.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
Want me to do that now?
sure.
Got to make people happy. Does anyone here from the public wish to speak to any matter concerning this authority? Seeing none, we shall continue. The next application has been filed by Provo Brazil Steakhouse, LLC, DBA Torino Restaurant and Bar, 415 Main Street, Hyannis, for two amendments. One, a change of the corporate name from Provo Brazil Steakhouse, LLC, to Torino Restaurant and Bar, LLC, and two, an alteration of the premises to be expanded to include the outdoor roof bar area. Mr. Kenny.
Thank you. Good evening, or good afternoon. Mr. Chairman and members of the Licensing Authority, for the record, my name is John Kenny, an attorney with the law office in Centerville, and I come before you representing the applicant. I was going to object to Mr. Lawler's hearing just to make him come back in here, but I figured I'd let him go.
You should have.
We have two matters, kind of ministerial in the first one. The company changed the name from Provo Brazil Steakhouse LLC to Torino Restaurant and Bar LLC back in 2017. An amendment of the corporate name was submitted to the Secretary of State, but the license never got updated. So we're requesting to update it to Torino Restaurant and Bar LLC. There's Marcello Malegni is a manager, remains the manager. There's been no change in ownership. It's just a simple amendment of the LLC name. And then the second matter before you, I don't know how many of you had an opportunity to go past the Torino's restaurant and seen the roof deck bar, but a roof deck dining area. But it looks beautiful, in my opinion. We're in front of Historic. It was very well received. We're now looking to add that change of description of the premises to add the roof deck to allow for dining up there, weather permitting. There's no change in the number of seats. There is a private dining area that's seldom used anyway in the restaurant. They will block that off when the roof deck is in operation, so that room with the 38 seats downstairs will be replaced by the 38 seats upstairs on the roof deck. So we're not requesting any change in the number of seats. We're just looking to change the description to add the roof deck to the description of the premises.
And then what hours will the roof deck be operated?
It'll operate the same hours as the restaurant, the regular restaurant. You're not shutting that down early, are you? They said the same hours.
Will there be entertainment on the roof?
No entertainment, just it's for dining purposes.
Okay.
I mean, you'll be able to hear, they have outdoor entertainment downstairs, so you'll be
Okay.
able to hear it, but no entertainment is proposed up there, no separate entertainment area or anything like that.
Does anyone else have any questions? Mr. Flores.
How will you enter it?
I'm sorry, Mr. Flores.
Where's the entrance to get upstairs?
There is a set of stairs that goes up, and there will be a door. A window will be replaced by a door. You'll be able to step out onto the roof deck, and then as you face the building to the right, there's a separate set of stairs that go down. So there's two means of ingress and egress.
And the building department's been informed, and they're okay with putting a
Yes.
structure on top.
And there's no piped-in music from downstairs to upstairs?
I'm sorry. Could you?
Yeah, sorry. Is there any piped-in music that goes upstairs that originates downstairs? There's absolutely none? Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Mr. Kelsey, Officer Kelsey.
There we go.
We've had a lot of conversation about this. I did speak with the building department, and we looked over the plans. I did also go and speak with the management of the establishment and walked through the area. I was able to identify which areas are going to be closed down, and then obviously the area that is going to be opened, because I had some concerns on that myself. I am comfortable with the fact that the area that they are going to close will be closed while that area upstairs where they're adding additional outdoor seating is open. I don't have any concerns with that at all. I do have concerns with serving outside on that second level on the roof deck past 9 o'clock at night. I think we're going to have some noise complaint issues, even though there's not music outside on that roof deck. Just the noise from people hanging out and talking, and then now you have the entertainment downstairs. We have concerns from time to time when they have bands on the lower level, or they have people singing along with the music. It carries, and it's loud. And now you're going up another story. I think we're going to have a lot of problems. So, and not problems that the establishment is purposely causing. I just think by the fact that they're up another story and they're not going to be able to sit there and tell people not to sing along with the music or whatever. I think it just has the possibility of taking a nightclub up a story outside. And I think we're going to get noise complaints because of that. So my recommendation would be 9 p.m. closure of that upper deck.
Mr. Kenny,
If I just may have a moment to consult with my client.
please.
I just spoke with Mr. Malegny. The kitchen closes at 10, so it asked to extend the hours till 10. Once the kitchen shuts down, there'd be no more service up there. People would finish, and it's for dining only. People would finish dining and go downstairs.
And thank you for offering that compromise. My concern with that is if the kitchen closes at 10, people aren't going to be done eating till 11-ish, and that's actually when the outdoor entertainment has to stop there anyway. I just see it being more seats outside potentially for the nightclub portion rather than the dining portion. So like I said, this is a recommendation. I mean, obviously you guys make the decision, but
Oh, thanks for that.
So are we suggesting that then the kitchen stays open till 10 so someone could come in at 5 minutes of 10 and order from the roof deck?
Can somebody come in at 5 minutes to 10
Versus
and order?
stopping ordering at 9 o'clock so everybody's off the roof deck by 10. There's a difference.
Yeah, I think that's true.
This is Fabio De Oliveira, the manager.
How are you today? So the kitchen is stopped at 10 o'clock at night.
No, but so the question is, if someone comes in at 5 minutes of 10 and orders dinner upstairs, they're going to be there till 11:30, which causes the issue of sensitivity to the surrounding neighbors.
Would it be feasible to stop taking orders at 9 o'clock and let the people finish dinner by 10?
Yeah, we can do that.
Work?
That's fine.
I mean, I want to be pro-business,
Sure.
but at the same time.
Yeah, no problem.
Stop serving at 9:30 up there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Would it be all right to seat people up until 9:30 and then no new seating after 9:30 up there?
I'm good with that.
All right. So let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Seating people up until 9:30. We'll make a motion to that effect.
Can I interject real
Please,
quickly?
yeah.
The concern isn't how late people are seated. The concern is how late people will be out there on the deck.
No, I agree. I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get some semblance of that. And I just want it to be, I think, to Officer Kelsey's point, I don't expect that there would be alcohol service beyond 10 o'clock upstairs. Is that okay?
You can see people till 9:30, no alcohol service after 10.
That's fine.
That's agreeable.
Thank you.
So if you look at it, like few places, like tugboats, they have a second floor, and there's tons of tables, you know? And if you walking like on the stairs to going up, the noise is not much, because you're not gonna have any speakers upstairs. I mean,
Music up there.
there's no music. I mean, we have the music in the patio, so it kind of brings the music pretty much like.
No,
to the entire
I understand, two very different locations
Sure.
and different ways that the business situates in the public space, but to Officer Kelsey's point is, and I would be as guilty of this as anyone,
Sure.
having dinner upstairs, lingering later than 10 o'clock because it's a very comfortable spot to be, and then I'm singing with the guy downstairs, and now the neighbors behind are calling
I agree.
him.
Yep, I understand.
So if we do it, that we have seating till 9:30 and nothing after 10, I think everybody's going to do what they can do, and we'll have some tone down of the atmosphere potentially. Bearing in mind that if noise complaints happen,
Sure.
we're going to have to come back. Go ahead.
So are we suggesting that people would have to be off the deck by 10?
No, I wasn't suggesting that.
Well, actually, that's where my question comes. I mean, the recommendation was really to have people off of that upper level at a certain time, so that we don't have a situation at 11:30 at night. Okay, they're not eating anymore, they're not getting served anymore, but they're still up there being loud.
Okay.
So if we said serving till 9:30, but people have to be off the deck by 10:30?
Yeah, that would be great. It's an hour.
And by 11 o'clock, we'll have everybody out. Then nobody be there a minute after that.
Is that it?
Sure.
I think that's definitely someplace we can start and monitor from there.
Can somebody just clarify for me where we are now?
Mr. Flores is going to make a very illicit motion.
Personally, I was hoping to see Mr. Nunheimer on the deck singing.
Make a motion to allow patrons to be on the upstairs of Torino's and enter up till 9:30 to order food and to order drinks. And then the deck has to be cleared by 10:30.
And just,
With no alcohol service after 10.
yeah. And just to be clear, this is all pending the ABCC approval because we don't have that authority.
No problem.
The motion having been made, and
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
So that was seating until 9:30, clear the deck by 10:30, and no alcohol service after 10? I heard some, so I
That's-
I
yes.
didn't know if that was an accepted amendment
Yep.
or,
Yes.
okay. Is that okay?
I just want to make a comment for the record that Tugboats is actually a Yarmouth property, so this board does not have jurisdiction over that property, just for future public reference.
Yeah. No, I understand. I just,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
The next matter is an application by Palio P. Inc., DBA Palio's Pizzeria, 435 Main Street, Hyannis, for an alteration of the premises application, amending the premises to include additional seating on the expanded outdoor patio and a new daily live entertainment license to include live amplified music with a maximum of 4 performers, 4 pieces on the outdoor patio from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Hello.
Good afternoon, Paulo Paraguay, Palio Pizzeria. So we're here today, we're amending our wine and malt liquor license to reflect the increase in seating. We recently upgraded our grease trap to meet town's regulation. So we went from 66 seats to 132. And we're looking to reflect that within our license and move to the ABCC. And also with that, we're looking to apply for an entertainment license for 4-piece performance, which will happen outside only. That does not include any inside entertainment, one, because we do not have the room for it. So again, that's only for the summer months and special events such as Hyannis Open Street or First Fridays that happen on Main Street, Hyannis. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. I guess we can start with Officer Kelsey on this.
So I'm reading here that you want the entertainment to be done at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, it'll be done by 9 p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're going to be done at 9, I've got no concerns.
issues. All right. Anybody else have any questions for this applicant? Anyone from the public wish to speak to this application? Seeing none, I will take a motion.
An application has been filed by Palio P. Inc., DBA Palio Pizzeria, 435 Main Street, Hyannis, for an alteration of premises application amending the premise description to include additional seating from 66 seats to 132, expanding the outdoor patio, and a new live entertainment license to include live amplified music with a maximum of 4 performers, 4 pieces on the outdoor patio from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily. I make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, just a side comment. This lady is amazing. There has
Wait.
not been one
That's-
time that
no.
I've picked up the phone or sent her an email, and you guys have a great.
That's no
cool-
surprise to
yeah.
I
us.
bet
So-
she gets free pizza for life now.
No, she doesn't. No, and I don't know how many times I've called her, and I just said, "Aaron, what do I do? What's
Tell
my
me how
next
many
step?"
times you call.
Oh, I bet you did.
The next is an application filed by Dublin LLC, DBA British Beer Company, 412 Main Street, Hyannis, to amend the daily non-live entertainment license to include 4 TVs and amend the daily live entertainment hours from 9 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. to 10 a.m. to 12:45 a.m. Let me go back. To amend the daily live entertainment hours from 9 p.m. to 12:45 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 12:45 a.m. And second, to amend Sunday opening alcohol service hours from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. Welcome, Mr. Kenny.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, members of the Licensing Authority. For the record, John Kenny, an attorney in the law office in Centerville. And I come before you now to represent Dublin LLC. They're the new purchasers of the British Beer Company. Here with me is Desmond Keogh, one of the principals of the company. I've had fun giving him a hard time because he's an Irishman with the British Beer Company.
I noticed the irony.
We've had some discussions.
That's a contradiction.
The
There's a
purpose-
silent protest.
The purpose of the request here this afternoon, one is to add the TVs. We actually had listed 5, but it got listed as 4 in the advertisement. We're happy to live with 4 TVs. And then secondly, to the start of the change in time of the live entertainment from 9 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock a.m., so he can do brunches and different things during the day, trying to kind of expand the services in the morning and maybe at some point, maybe close a little earlier in the evening at some point, depending upon demand for service and all of that, demand for use. But they're new owners of the property. They're trying to rebuild the business back on Main Street, particularly the dining aspect of it in the mornings with the brunch, and they want to do things like a jazz brunch and stuff like that. I think it would be a nice addition to Main Street. And then the Sunday opening alcohol service ties into that at 10 a.m. That's to go along with a Sunday brunch type thing. Be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Does anybody have any questions? Anyone from the public wish to speak to this application? Seeing none?
An application has been filed by Dublin LLC, British Beer Company, 412 Main Street, Hyannis, to 1, amend the daily non-live entertainment license to include 4 TVs and to amend the daily live entertainment hours from 9 p.m. to 12:45 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 12:45 a.m. And second, to amend Sunday opening alcohol service hours from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. I make a motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Just one final comment. Erin must have caller ID because she never takes my calls.
Gotta bring her a pizza.
Well, now you got the British Beer Company, so we got the pizza coming. You just bring the beer. She'll be all set.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Erin.
So, could I make one comment?
I'm sorry, yes.
And I wanted to do it before Mr. Kennedy left,
I'm sorry.
seeing as though he's representing the majority of the people that were here in front of us today. I just want to clarify one little piece on the outdoor entertainment and where we're coming from as the police department. We've already received a number of noise complaints this year because of entertainment in the Main Street area, as well as I have gone out and monitored myself and given warnings to establishments on Main Street already because of the outdoor entertainment and the level after 11 o'clock at night even. So we are having some issues already, some concerns already. Everyone has been very cooperative once you have that conversation with them that night, and some of them forget the conversation the next day. But that being said, that's why we're looking at it this way. If we don't have something that we can use to say, hey, listen, your license says you need to stop by this.
Yeah.
Looking for the voluntary cooperation isn't always happening. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew where we were coming from as the police department on this. It's not that we don't want people to make money or have fun or have a great product to give to their people.
No, I'm sensitive to your concerns. I think at some points I err on the other side, which is give them the leeway to do it, and if they offend, we bring them back and change it. But I understand the upfront prevention issue.
But I think if we give them fixed times, as we have done, everybody knows what the rules of the road are, so to speak. And
Yeah,
then if
today.
someone does make an error or a mistake, then
I
they
think
come back in.
I feel like this exercise that we just went through with Torino actually was something that not everybody was happy, but nobody is really hurt either. It's sort of like we were able to find that middle ground, and I feel like that was it was a good outcome.
Okay, and I
guess-
hope
Just
they-
my only comment would be, and this is obviously just chatter here, but
Yeah.
it's becoming more and more of an urban environment, and people that move downtown should expect some noise, frankly. You've got businesses struggling on Main Street to make a living. You got June, July, August, and into September, and then it really dies down, and then maybe weekends into the fall. But, I mean, businesses are struggling on Main Street, and people that are complaining, well, you bought downtown,
Yeah, it's
and there's going to be noise, and it's going to
sort
be
of like buying
traffic
your
or
house
this
next
or
to the
that.
airport.
Exactly, yeah. So
I'll
I
talk to you about
just
that later.
wish there would be some consideration given to the licensees that, they need to make a little noise to make a little money. Thank you.
You get a T-shirt for that.
Pardon?
Make a little noise, make a little money.
It's a country song in there somewhere.
All right, thank you, Officer Kelsey. I appreciate that. I think that's, hopefully we won't run into those problems. All right. The next application is filed by Oak Bay Brewery, LLC, for a new farmer brewery pouring license, malt only, as well as a new common victualler license to include indoor and outdoor seating. Hello, sir.
Hello, not welcome, but thank you for having me today. And
Your name is?
my name, for the record, is Brian Poulin. I'm the owner and founder of Oak Bay Brewery. We're a small restaurant and small batch brewery where we intend to brew on site. Actually, we're federally licensed and state licensed now. So today we're here for our pouring permit so that we can actually pour pints of the beer. And it's the first time I've been in a hearing like this, so I'm not sure what
So
what's
just tell,
expected,
just
but I
give
can
us a
tell-
general description of what you're going to do besides just, you're just going to pour beer?
Beer, yes, and we're going to have a kitchen set up with light fare, sandwiches, and pub-style food to serve. We have 36 seats inside, 36 on the outside. The location's actually 606 Main Street, which used to be the Eclectic Cafe.
Correct, yeah.
Really cool place, nice setup, laid back. And we're hoping to turn it into a destination to actually help out the other businesses on Main Street. Like the last gentleman said, some are struggling, and small craft breweries right now are pretty much a hot commodity. So
Hope
we're
they stay
looking
that
to
way.
do what we can for the community in that respect.
Does anybody have any questions?
No entertainment.
I'm sorry.
There's no entertainment.
Right now, no. No, we need to figure that piece out. Going forward, once things start going, the most we intend to do is maybe a couple guys with acoustic guitars, but nothing extreme, no bands or anything that would create any type of noise issues. The building previously, I believe, was licensed for up to a 5-piece band, which would be pretty extreme in my opinion. So our hours too, we're not looking to become a nightclub or take away from any of that nightlife on Main Street.
Well, that's a
But-
good point, because in the application we have the summary of what hours do you intend to be open?
Yeah, I believe I submitted, I don't have the document in front of me, but I believe it was 12 to 8 on Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 12 to 9, and Sunday was 11 to 6, I believe.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I was wondering, is your brewing process visible when you go in the store, or do you offer tours for?
Yes, when you enter the building, the first thing you'll see, I didn't change anything from the Eclectic, so if you're familiar with the Eclectic, when you enter through the front door, it's the same visual with the bar, service bar in front of you, and then behind the service bar, they had a full restaurant with an 18-foot Ansel system, hood system. That's still in place. The brewing will accommodate about 9 feet of it, and the other 9 feet of the hood space will be the kitchen area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone
Could you repeat the hours for Friday and Saturday, please?
Would you like me to read them from
Oh,
the?
sure.
All right. The application shows Sunday 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., Monday 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Thursday, Friday, Saturday 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Does anybody from the public wish to speak to this application? Seeing none, any other questions? Officer Kelsey, any concerns other than what you just said?
Not at all.
I'll take a motion.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to get the hours wrong. So, heads up.
You don't have to put the hours
Okay.
on. You can,
Say
as
as-
per the application is acceptable.
Okay, an application has been filed by Oak Bay Brewery LLC, 606 Main Street, Hyannis, for a new farmer brewery pouring license, malt only, as well as a new common victualler license to include indoor and outdoor seating. I make a motion to accept.
And I will second.
All in favor? Aye. Good luck.
Well, thank you very much. And Aaron, free beer forever. No.
When do you,
Somebody had to-
anticipate opening?
Last July. it's it's been the toughest road ever to try to get this place open. Just you guys are familiar with Cape Cod and the business and contractors and everything else. It's just I anticipated, I set a goal, one goal, and that goal was blown out of the water so fast. And through, I've been interviewed on the radio, newspaper, and everybody asks, when are you going to open? And every time I set a date, I couldn't be more wrong. So I'm like, from now on, it's just as soon as I can open. So I was hoping this month, but realistically, probably next month. So.
We look
Good luck.
forward to it.
It should be a good thing. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everyone. And have a great day. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, Aaron, how are you?
Okay, while she's doing that, we have a consent agenda, which I would entertain a motion on.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
That's passed. And then we will, why don't we start with, we did that at the beginning.
Licensing updates.
So why don't we start off with if there are any more police department updates?
No, actually, the only update that I would have given was covered in the explanation I gave concerning the noise complaints. I was going to bring that up, but sort of addressed it through other items on the agenda and that little spiel afterwards.
Perfect. How did we make out with the Fagawi?
Fagawi was a different Fagawi this year, but it was a good Fagawi.
Good.
Definitely a lower key event without having the big tent, but there was a lot of different things that they put in place. So we were able to come up with some things to entertain people, but also, you know what, we were done by 8 o'clock at night with the major events.
Oh, beautiful.
We did have the smaller tent that would stay open until 10, but we were looking at being cognizant of the noise complaints on Nantucket as well. I mean, so it's sort of a theme.
Yeah. It's a trend. All right, and licensing department updates.
None from here, thank you.
None other than Aaron's Pizza.
So I'm pleased to announce that we, through the wonders of Lori Pearson in IT, she's so great to work with. All of our licenses will be on the OpenGov platform for the renewal season, which I am super excited about. It went really well last year with alcohol. I anticipate maybe lodging houses might not be as easy for them because I don't think they're in the system as much, but the restaurants, they're already in the system for health permits and building permits. So I'm hoping it'll be nice and smooth. I think outside of that, nothing too crazy. I will have the elections on the next agenda, and that meeting is scheduled for the 14th at 9:30. And I know we've had some kind of informal discussions about looking into alternate meeting times.
August 14th.
Yes.
Okay.
Would we consider making that later, Mr. Chairman?
Are you unavailable on the 14th?
'Cause
Uh,
I'm unavailable in the mornings. I can do anything after 2 o'clock.
Okay, so
Just July and August.
I will
Okay.
be unavailable on the 14th for medical reasons.
Okay, so if you're unavailable, are you available, Nancy, later in the afternoon on the 14th? Or we can discuss this offline, but I might have to change the time then to accommodate, to make sure we have a quorum.
Okay,
I-
sorry
Okay.
about that.
If you need me and I get enough advance
Notice.
time, I can
Okay.
just be here whenever.
Great, we'll deal with it independently offline.
All right, with that being said, we'll continue this hearing until our next meeting, whenever that way may be. Thank you.
I make a motion
Yes,
to
please.
adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.